Hey, hope you're good. Just Matt here. Just going to show you a little sequence that you can follow along to help mobilise, release off any tension around the ankle, okay? Improve ankle mobility. So following the sequence of releasing, mobilising, adding some stability and strength, I'm going to take you through 4 exercises that you can do. The first one, using your foam roller, okay? And just, if you're watching this video and you know you need to follow it along, it's going to be a foam roller, a resistance band that's attached down low, okay? And a little step, okay, that you're going to set up at a sort of an appropriate distance away from that band. And I'll take you through that in a second. So the first thing we're going to do, just to release off some of the soft tissue around the ankles here and open up the front of the ankle here, the front of the foot. Just pop the roller underneath your hips. Okay, and you're going to sit back onto the roller. So the front of your foot is fairly flat into the floor, or as flat as you can get it, okay? Obviously, you can dictate how much tension you're putting through that by lifting your bum off of it a little bit, or then sitting back onto it more, all right? So that's the first thing you can do. The second thing is just to go across the muscle fibres here, okay? So I'm not going to do it for necessarily this specific time, but I always think somewhere between sort of 40 and 60 seconds is about right. Now, obviously, the number of times that you want to go through this, obviously, if you're a client of ours, we'll prescribe that for you in the session. But really, just to give it a go through once initially, just to see how it feels. And then if you feel you need to do it more often, then you can. All right, so across the muscle fibres there, just opening up the front of the foot. Now, obviously, when we land on the foot, when we're running, you have to imagine this is my foot crudely, okay? A lot of impact there, okay? And those metatarsal joints can become quite compressed. So this is quite a nice way of just opening up the front of the foot, okay? Whilst also actually just getting into the soleus and some of the muscles that are kind of attaching in around the sides of the Achilles, or perineals and those muscles as well, okay? So just across the body there, all right? So that's the first exercise you're going to do. The second one we're going to do, just to mobilise the ankle and the talus joint particularly, okay, you're going to do this one leg at a time. You're going to pop one foot in the band, like so, okay, and the foot on the box. All right, now that band is sat just in the sort of crevice of the ankle joint, and the band just sits around the bottom of malleoli, okay, so the ankle, bony part of your ankle, okay, just sits around the bottom of that. Now from that position there, what I want you to do is just lean into it, and then back, okay, but keeping the heel on the ground or on the box, whatever step you're using, okay, we're just going to mobilise in and out there, okay. Once you've found a spot that you can kind of get it to its fullest range of movement that you've got, then just side to side with a lateral movement, yeah, in there, and leaning as far forward as you can to open up that joint, okay, and then come back, rock forwards and back. Obviously, we'll do both sides, okay? So I think that's important as well, even if you've got a one-sided, maybe you've got like a slight Achilles problem. I think it's really important that you still work both sides, okay? Open up the soft tissue on both sides. So find a spot again, get that maximal range of movement that you have, and then little movement side to side. Mobilise those joints in the ankle. Okay, we're just going to change sides now, so go on to the other side. Okay, so opposite knee on the floor, foot on the box, okay, and then from that position there, again, forwards and backwards movement. That band is sat on the front here, it's in the sort of, in the bend of the ankle there, if you like. And it's sat around the bottom of the ankle joint on the outside and the inside, okay? Good, and then once you found like your maximal range of movement for the minute, little sideways movements, lateral, so get the knee going in and out. Okay, and then forwards and back again. Good. Okay, side to side movement. Far over the ankle as you can with the knee, keeping that heel on the box or on the step, whatever you're using, okay? Okay, forwards and back last time through. Okay, good stuff. So that's the second part. Now the third part, if you just move your step slightly, okay, so that we don't need to move it, but if you can, then you need it for balance, that's great. Okay, so what we're going to do now, and I'll show you this from the front and from the back so you can see, is some heel drops, so some eccentric work. So a little bit of stability work on one leg, okay? So start on your toes, slowly down, 2, 3, 4, and then push back up with the other foot, okay? Because we're only going to work the downwards phase, okay? So left foot, slowly down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then push back up on your right foot, just to get that extension there. We don't, at this stage, we're not doing the concentric part of the movement, so we're not pushing back up, okay? 2, 3, 4, good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. So you get the idea. We're going 4 down, and we're pushing back with the other foot. I'll just show you from this side of the other leg. So right foot on the floor, now on the step now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, get the heel below the toes that are on the box if you can. Push back up on the other foot. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Push back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. So you get the idea. So we're going to do some eccentric heel drops on each leg. Now the number of reps I haven't obviously prescribed there. Normally when we're doing a sequence, we're going to do between sort of 15 and 25 on each side, just to get the Achilles, the soleus, if we bend the knee a little bit on that exercise, and the gastrocnemius really sort of fired up, but also working on that eccentric strength, okay, where we know we can get some really good strength gains. The last one I want to do is a more of a dynamic stability exercise. So some people will call it reactive neuromuscular training, okay? However you want to label it, all right? It's a dynamic version of a stability exercise. So what we're going to do to start with the same band that you used earlier, we're going to wrap it around the foot, okay? So basically underneath the arch of your foot. So from this position here, I've got the band around my right foot, okay? In this position here, I'm going to reach towards the ground, okay, with my left hand, and then back up. Okay, so it's almost like a straight leg deadlift. Yeah, so if we had a dumbbell, we could make this a little bit harder because we'd have a little bit more weight in the left hand. Okay, but as you can see, it's pulling me off balance, okay? In that I'm having to work really hard through the muscles in my lower leg to stabilise in this position. Okay? Now, that was with the right foot. And obviously, we do the same on the other side, so with the left foot. Yeah. So the foot that's got the band around it is the one that's furthest away from the band. Okay? And we're going to stabilise on the knee, on the foot, knee forward from the hip. Yeah, so when I'm stood on my left foot, I'm reaching forward and down with my right hand. Okay, standing all the way up each time, and I'm being as careful as I can to make sure I flex forward from the hips and not the lumbar spine, okay, or the knee. Okay, so we're keeping the knee at a relatively constant angle as we go. All right? Again, repetition-wise, if you're following this from us from a programming perspective, then you'll have that prescribed to you. But again, if you're not, then somewhere between sort of 10 to 15, 10 to 20 repetitions. Yeah, and obviously number of sets is entirely up to you after that. All right, so just a quick recap on those exercises. So the foam roller for release, okay? Yeah. Then we had the foot on the box, the band wrapped around the ankle, yeah, for some mobilisation and talus joint, okay? Then we had the single leg lowering, okay, eccentric phase of the calf raise, okay, so lowering down, okay? And then lastly there we had our little RNT exercise, so reactive neuromuscular training for the band around the foot, yeah, for some dynamic stability. All right, so hopefully that was useful, and any questions, as always, let us know. Cheers.